Lee,
Hello there.
how are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Oh, so talk to me. I always ask the question, how did you end up in our community, Abbew Crew?
But I saw a couple of my friends on Facebook were following you, and I saw sort of all the videos, bits and pieces that went up there. And
Yeah.
after pretty much trying everything, going through all the fad diets and like the I'm going to get on the treadmill thing, and then that lasted a
Yep.
couple of weeks.
Yep. Yep.
I decided to sign up and have a go. And on April the 30th, I jumped on the scales and I'd reached sort of one of the biggest weights of my life of 20 stone.
Okay.
So I started off first of all with just like the pamphlet that you guys
Yeah. Yeah.
issue,
Yeah.
and I was just
Yeah.
having like the meats, the
Yes.
Brussels
Yeah.
sprouts and
Yeah. Yeah.
eggs and cheese and stuff. Then
Yeah.
I signed up fully, and I've managed to so far. The biggest I lost was 3.5 stone,
Yeah.
but I'm now maintaining it at 3 stone. I still want to do more, but with the summer holidays and taking the kids
Yeah.
away and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah. I know. When life takes over sometimes, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, like the last week of that, it's been sort of a bit of a roller coaster with it, and I'm finding now my biggest weakness is the weekends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
packets of biscuits call you and things like that.
Yeah. But
But
okay. So here's the thing, right? How many of them do you? The thing is, it's a I'm not saying eat biscuits, but I'm saying you try to maybe say, oh, you know what, I fancy a bit. Treat yourself, maybe one meal, and then get back on two. Do you know what I mean? Well, have a meal, and then maybe I have I call it a family meal where I have a meal that's off what I normally eat. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, that's what we sort of generally do at the weekends. I'll sit down with the family and I'll have that sort of meal, and then
Yeah, yeah,
my son will want the puddings and the sweet stuff, so I have
yeah, yeah.
a bit, but smaller than what I normally
Yes,
do.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, but I've learned sort of again, you got to reward yourself every now and then, and
Why not? Yeah,
the
it
the
wouldn't hurt. Do you know what I mean?
the fact I'm not ploughing the weight back on, but I'm maintaining it at 3 stone.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm down to one meal a day at the moment, purely because I'm just not hungry when I'm at
Same
work.
here. Now you see, I've eaten 1 meal a day for a while now, and I just like I never thought I'm a bodybuilder coming from 6 meals a day
Yeah.
and high carb, and to be eating like this, I never thought I'll be able to do this. But how do you feel like physically and mentally? That's the main thing.
I felt the best I felt. I mean, obviously, just hitting 48, and I'm feeling like I was back in my 20s, where
It's
I've,
mad, isn't it? It's
yeah,
mad. Now, do you
just
understand why I'm making so much noise?
yes, I big time. I fully understand it, and it's like you said, is when I've sort of read all the packages for like the Weetabix and bits and pieces like that, just
Oh shit!
how much preservatives are pumped into it,
I know.
and it's that's like you said, spiking the insulin, and I feel
All the
so much
time.
better. I've cut out the sugar. I used to have like 2, 3 sugars in my hot drinks. I switched down to like the sweeteners. I know it's not great, but it's better than the
It
sugar,
helps. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I'm literally down to one sweetener. And I do have a big vat of coffee, and I have
Yeah. Yeah.
several of
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
throughout the
Look,
day.
the thing is, the main thing is that you understand what is going on. You understand what you're doing, and it's important because, like you said, you know what's good for you. But every so often, if you have something that's off, whatever, it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which has proven it now. Whereas before, I'd sort of like throughout the week just stuff on the sweet stuff and literally ballooning up to 20 stone.
Because the insulin
And
level goes up. Yeah.
yeah, I've gone from a 4XL in the clothing down to a 2XL. I've got my t-shirt come through, but
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
ordered a size smaller.
Yeah.
So I can get it on, but it's really, really tight. But it's that incentive to
Yes, and to move, go further. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, so I bought treated myself to some new clothes. Some of them are smaller than what I'm ready for, but again, it's that incentive to boost myself into it and get
It's
myself down
amazing,
into
isn't
that.
it? It's amazing. What I'm trying to say is that it's all simple. Nutrition is simple. It's that we've been lied to for years and years and years. We go to our shops and everything that you see, all the marketing. Watch the TV now, right? And look at how much crap is being advertised on the TV. It's insane. But unfortunately, because it's been normalized, we're used to it. I don't know how you're 48. You see, I'm a bit older. So I remember a time when we didn't have as much crap being advertised on TV. Now it's like McDonald's and all these companies, and they're just like they're everywhere. Unfortunately, it's not good for our health, but nobody's telling us about it mainstream. That's why you won't see me on mainstream because they don't want me. They don't want anything to do with me because I'm going to swear, I can't be controlled, and I'm telling the truth.
Exactly, and they don't like the truth because it hits
No,
their bottom line. It's all about the
yeah,
bottom line. It's like
Yeah.
now all I see on my
Money.
feeds at the moment is these like the gummies like for apple cider vinegar, ashwagandha, and all that. I'm like, do you know what?
Why is it in a gummy?
This.
Why?
I've accomplished all of this just by
Without
following your advice, eating food that's either eating the stuff on the ground or come out the ground. None of this
absolute. That's it. Yeah.
manufactured nonsense. Like fresh beef, eggs, Brussels sprouts. I'm one of these weird ones. I like the Brussels sprouts. Cheese.
I'm same here.
Mm,
It was my favorite vegetable, but I've had to give it up, obviously, because I don't have some. The reason why I eat the way I eat is because I feel the best eating this way.
yeah,
I do a carnivore diet, like predominantly I do eat meat and eggs, and nobody's going to change me my mind about it. And yeah, sprouts. Don't worry about sprouts. There's nothing wrong with sprouts. I like sprouts.
yeah. I mean, it's just literally those little changes that now. I mean, my son's just about to hit his teens, and I've got more energy than him, and I can outrun him, and he finds that kind of laughable. And I just think it's
That's
hysterical that
amazing.
like 40 odd years older than him and I can outpace him because I
Yeah,
don't sit there eating the processed foods.
but that's really good. It's good that he sees that because the thing is, you're going to be. It takes time. I always say this, right? Whatever damage that you've got caused, you put in a bit of body fat. It took a while to happen. So give your body a chance to heal by just eating this way for as long as you can. The longer you go eating like that, the more you're repairing your mitochondria. Mitochondria is like the powerhouse of your body's energy system, currency. So you just repair your mitochondria and you feel better and better. I feel like I did when I was in my 30s.
Yeah, I mean, I came on too strong with this when I sort of saw like in the first week and a half I'd lost a stone because obviously just
Wow.
changing the diet,
Yeah.
and then I sort of ploughed through it. I was doing 7 day fast, everything, but I
But
didn't
you,
like
you
you
can
said.
do it. Yeah.
I didn't become overweight overnight. It was
Yeah.
a long
Yeah.
process. So
Yeah. Yeah.
losing the weight, I was hoping to like try and drop it because the doctor reckons someone I'm 6 foot tall, and he
Yeah.
said my ideal weight's 11 stone. I did laugh and say my first toilet
No.
of the day weighs more than that.
You know what I mean?
11
It's not, I mean,
stone.
I weigh 16 stone and I'm not, I don't care. I want to be like this. It's not, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy with progressing slower. I'm not doing it because I want to look good. I'm nigh on
Yeah.
50. I've got the wife, got the kids. I'm doing it for my health. That's what I'm doing
I
it for
like
my
that.
health, so that my knees ain't going to be crippled as much as I
Yes.
was. I
Yeah.
had back pain. I'm like the sugar rushes I was getting. All of that's gone now. I don't crave none of it. I
It's
feel
mad,
good.
isn't
I've
it?
got the energy,
It's
and
mad, isn't it?
yeah, I'm doing it for myself now, not for anybody else. I'm not doing it because other people think this. I'm doing it because I want to do this.
Yes. And because you feel good doing it.
Mm, yeah,
Imagine what if you went to the doctor. If you went to the doctor and the doctor told you all that I'm saying, look, change your diet, but they've been given the wrong education, just like I was. So they'll tell you something completely different, and eventually they'll give you a cheat to somewhere to go to Slimming World, and then you go to Slimming World. They try to before you know it, you put the weight back on again. You may lose the weight because the problem is Slimming World works, but it's a temporary measure. You put the weight back on again because it's a lifestyle change. You can't just say to an alcoholic, look, just drink a little bit of alcohol here and there. No, you tell them to cut off completely. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, so many people keep asking me if I've been on that Manjaro with all the
yeah, no, no.
injections. And I'm like, no. They go, but you've lost so much so quickly. I said it was changing the lifestyle choices, the food
Yes,
habits. So I said,
yeah,
don't eat all the processed stuff. Eat
yeah,
the good stuff. And I said, and I
yes.
always point them in your direction. I said, go to this site, look at what the man's telling you, and give the process a chance.
But the thing is, because it's not being preached mainstream, a lot of people struggle to understand what I'm trying to say or to believe it. Piers Morgan, when I started doing this, like, oh, do you want to come on my show and have a debate with a vegan? I'm like, fuck off. Well, why would I have a debate with a vegan? What debate about what? I know that what I'm eating is making me feel good. It's making thousands feel good. What's a vegan going to tell me? What are we debating about? What what they're eating is not what we're meant to eat as human beings. I don't believe it. So what's the point? What's the argument? What were you going to argue about? So you won't see me on any program discussing anything. No, I just want to say before you have an argument with me, try eating the way I'm eating for 4 weeks. And if you don't change your mind, you think, hang on, why do I feel? Why have I got so much energy? Why am I? My joints don't hurt anymore. I can think clearer. I got no, brain fog is gone. I feel like I can run again. I know people have been not been able to even walk. Now they can run, all because they changed their diet. I'm not going to be arguing about any of this, but before I forget, thank you so much for being active in the community because please just if you see somebody lost, just advise them and then post as well because that's what got you here. So please don't stop. We see you.
Yeah, that community is amazing. The support that comes through it. The days when you're feeling like wobble and you're not going to
Yeah,
do it, you'd see the positivity and the mental spirit from everybody there,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
boosts you up. I haven't sort of posted a while myself because I've had so much going on.
yeah,
When
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
doing my day job, I do the Army Cadets. So
Okay, okay.
I look after 70 kids twice a week. I've got to go there tonight, and that
Oh, that's a lot
that
of
gives
work.
me the energy. Even the kids there are saying, "Wow, sir," because I'm an officer. They're like, "You look so good. You've lost so much weight." And that's been people say, oh, "Have you on all this?" I went, "No, change
No.
your lifestyle choices. Forget all the sweets and the sugar rushes. Eat natural." So it's okay once in a while, but
Yes,
don't
yeah.
rely on your McDonald's. I said, go to the butcher's, buy some proper fat beef, and make your own burgers. And I've shown them how to make burgers. We do little lessons on how to cook their own food and stuff. And a lot of them are saying it that the attitude coming out of them and the mental positivity because kids react by what they see, and they're seeing
Absolutely.
me
Yeah,
making a
yeah.
change, and it's
Yes.
inspiring them to make a change. And
Honestly,
it's
that's really, really good. I like that.
it's about passing it forward. I mean, don't preach to people, show them, which is what
Yes,
I'm doing. I've lost all
exactly.
this weight, and
Yeah.
people like, oh, it's no injections. It's not even hard work. What you do is not hard work. It is
No.
literally eating the right stuff,
Yeah.
and it the proof's in the pudding. 3 stone
And then
down since April.
honestly, and when you feel energized, I don't want to lose this energy that I've got all the time. I don't want to lose it. If I like Christmas, I may eat things that I'm not supposed to eat for a while, but as soon as I it's over, I know exactly what to eat to make me feel good. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Enjoy the time with the family at Christmas.
Yep.
Don't be
Yep.
afraid to tuck into those chocolate eclairs. But
Yeah.
afterwards, get back on the ladder and keep doing the good work, and you'll lose all that weight. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I had like the cake because my son made it. Yes, I felt rough after eating the sugar,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I showed my son you could eat it, and then I got back onto the
Yeah.
diet,
Yeah.
and I'm maintaining the weight. I didn't gain, I didn't balloon. I'm
No,
staying at a
I know.
constant around 17, 17.3
Yeah.
around there. And I know after Christmas I'll hit it all again,
Yeah.
and it will shock my system back down into losing weight. But again,
So
I'm not trying to plow it all off in a month.
in a month now, but you've done a 7 day fast.
Yeah,
That's
and
amazing, isn't it?
I felt amazing for that.
Well,
Just water and coffee. My missus has been paying attention to what I've been doing. Your diet isn't suitable for her because she's a vegetarian. She's never really sort of got on with me, but she's sort of done it. She looked at what you sort of said and gone for like the non-preservative food, and she's gone from a 3XL to a large. She has
oh,
lost
good,
so
good,
much
good.
weight,
Does she eat
and
eggs?
she's tried the eggs, but she thinks she's allergic to it. And I said, well, I've seen in the community that people are saying about these eggs from this farm in Kent, so I've
Yeah,
ordered some from there.
yeah,
And see, I
yeah.
said because it's what the chickens feed on is what's
Yes,
in the
yes,
eggs.
yes. And the other thing is, I don't know where you live. Where I live, I can get some duck eggs.
That they've sort of been listening to what I've been saying, and they've been losing weight as well. And they're like, "I'm going to sign up for it after Christmas and actually do the full community." I went, "Trust me, it's I think it's 80
To
quid
change your life.
to
Yeah,
join up,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it will change your life, and
yeah.
it's worth every penny of it."
Honestly, because it's the thing is, if you can, the best thing to do if you got somebody, tell them to join now because in the community they might put the price up a little bit because I got a team and they work all of that. They put the price up a little bit after Christmas. So if you join now, because you can join and then don't that it's a forever, isn't it? So you can join and not worry about starting until after Christmas. You know what I mean?
That's what I said to people. I paid a
Yeah,
one-off payment, and I'm not paying like monthly for these Manjaro things. I'm not paying
I
Slimming
know.
World fees. I'm not
I
paying
know.
Weight Watchers fees. All I'm doing is buying good food. Yes, I'm paying a little bit more for good quality food. I
Yeah.
tend to go to the local butchers rather than Tesco's and
But
get
you
like the
invest in
20%
yourself.
back.
You're investing in yourself.
Exactly. I'm spending the money on me, not
Yeah.
somebody else's get rich scheme.
I
And
know because that's exactly what these companies
yeah,
do. Look at Slimming World and Weight Watchers. It breaks my heart because I can't it upsets me so much that I try to talk about it because I
mm,
know a lady here who was paying £25 a month. She paid it for 25 years.
yeah,
And she still came to me and I changed the diet. She goes to me, oh my God, this is so simple. I said, it is. But they're not
mm,
going to tell you that because they've not been taught that. It's not their fault. It's a business and the module that they've got is exactly what they're going to use. They're going to tell you, look, stop eating carbs, replace it with fats. because that's the body's more efficient energy, fats. But
Yeah.
nobody's going to tell you that. We're not saying, well, whatever. I get so upset about this.
Yeah, I've got to admit, when I sort of joined the community, I'm like, eating fat is going to make me lose weight. And I thought, you know what? I've tried everything else. I tried it, and I was like a stone and a half, or a stone in the first week and a half. I'm like, there might be something to this, and I carried on with
Yeah,
it, and I feel good. I've got osteoarthritis in my knees. I'm
yeah.
getting no pain from it. I'm sort of
I
going,
know. Yeah, no, that's inflammation. Honestly, keep
yeah,
remember what I always say is this: it didn't happen overnight.
mm,
So it's not gonna completely disappear overnight. So give it time. You know what I mean? Give it time to heal. The longer you go eating like this, the more you fix your mitochondria, literally repair your bring the inflammation down, keep your insulin levels down. And the faster you're doing, that's the best thing that you can do, especially for the knees. Yeah.
I generally once a month try to do a 72-hour fast because it kicks the
Yeah.
ketosis going and
Yes.
obviously puts the
Yeah.
body into self-repair mode. And
Absolutely.
again, I feel amazing for it. And at my age and feeling like I'm in my 20s, it's like, yeah, come on. I show up some of the kids, and when we're doing the army stuff, I'm like, we're going to tab from here to there. And I'm out in front. They're like, that's an old man, old overweight man. But it's like, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And let's go for it. Lead by
But you know
example.
what? Until glad that you managed to stumble upon this information at this age. Because if you hadn't, later on down the line, you're on this medication and that medication, and the doctor's telling you you got type 2 diabetes, and before you know, you're having knee surgery and all of that. This is all to do with food. Most of what's wrong with us is because of what we eat. But unfortunately, our healthcare professionals, I used to be one of them. We're not taught about nutrition and the fact that the body can heal itself. But honestly, please don't stop. Just continue and share the information with everybody that who will listen.
I've got my dad doing it for the last month because he has got type 2
Oh,
diabetes and he's
yeah,
what 76 and
yeah,
he's like his legs swell up everything. I said stop the crap you're eating,
yeah,
and I sent him a diet thing
yeah,
like through Facebook Messenger because he could just
yeah,
about manage that, and he
yeah,
started doing all of that. My sister was helping him cook all the things. They live in Cornwall, and
yeah.
my dad said, he said, you know what? He said I haven't had to take my insulin for a month. And
That's
I said,
amazing,
because you've
honestly.
dropped your blood sugar levels, you've dropped the
Yes,
insulin
yes,
levels.
yes. It's
Your body
that's
ain't pumping it up.
absolutely that. Honestly, that's good because especially when you get to a certain age, they're quite stubborn and you become quite stubborn,
Yeah,
and you think it's all about what the doctors say. But doctors are brilliant for emergencies. If you hurt yourself and diagnosing you, they tell you what's wrong with you. But when it comes to fixing it, you can medicate your way out of your way out of something that was caused by your diet. Change your diet.
exactly.
But they don't
Yeah,
know that. So I mean, when it comes to emergency, if you had an accident or if you got an illness, they can diagnose it for you. But when it comes to healing yourself, eat properly and you give your body a chance to heal. So you're healing now. Remember, it's been years of damage. So it's going to take a little while to heal. So just keep it going, okay?
yes,
Is there anything
brilliant.
you want to ask me, sir?
Now I think we've sort of covered it all, and all I can say is thank you for doing what you've done because me and the
Thank
rest
you,
of the
Lee.
community have made such massive changes in our life because you have started the fire in everyone, and we are spreading the word. And it would have been possible without you and your wonderful family that support with all the videos and everything that. And
Thank you very much. Yeah.
some of those meals on that classroom, they're absolutely banging. Those Scotch eggs, they're Carnival Scotch eggs.
Oh, we
Oh
just had
yeah,
some just now, didn't we? We had what did we do? Lauren and I went into the kitchen and what was it?
Hi,
hello there.
how are you?
We had
I'm
a
good.
Scotch.
I'm good.
We just had a Scotch egg, which was like pork and chicken, and it had chicken crumbs on it. It was carnivore,
It was really
and
nice,
then a duck egg in the middle. It was
No,
so
it's in the book. It's in one of
yeah,
the books.
in the Christmas
Yeah,
book.
because no, it's in the fat.
Is it? I thought,
Yeah,
okay.
it's the book
Yeah,
that says fat.
the
Yeah.
books were on my wish list for Amazon, and they're all gone from that now. So somebody bought them for me. I'm like, get it. We have some cooking in January. But I've been trying foods I never thought I would ever like, and I'm loving these foods. And like you said, I eat certain foods now, and on my stomach, so I'm like,
You
yeah,
get bloated, I know.
I take a note of it now, and I don't have those foods again, and I don't suffer with that.
Exactly. Listen, you're doing exactly what I can't understand you. Actually, you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
listening to me. Because
yeah,
your body doesn't do anything without a reason. If you're bloated, you think, hang on, why? There's a reason why. So investigate, write it down. Okay, I ate this, then take it out. Honestly, thank you so much because you're actually properly listening, and that makes me happy. Well done, sir.
yes. And like I said, I can't thank you and your team for enough for everything you do. and spreading the word without all the nonsense with it, being direct to the point and saying, stop eating the crap, start eating the good stuff, and you'll see results. And I've seen the results.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a good weekend. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yep. Thank
Bye.
you. Very nice to meet you both.